Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. Come out week in, week out. We prophesy the downfall of the wicked kingdom of America. First and foremost, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. We are here for the elect, and the elect only of the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah are the so-called Negroes. Benjamin are the so-called West Indian Jamaicans. Levi are the so-called Haitians. We are Reuben, who are the Seminole Indians. Gad are the North American Indians. Issachar are the so-called Mexicans. Zebulon is Guatemala to Panama. Manasseh are the so-called Cubans. Simeon are the so-called Dominicans. Ephraim are the so-called Puerto Ricans. Asher is Colombia to Uruguay. Naphtali is Argentina to Chile. These are the 12 tribes of Israel who our big brother Yahweh Shai is coming to redeem. 1/3 the elect. 2/3 is set up for the destruction. And this is a picture, artist rendition on how Yahweh Shai looks pursuant to Revelations, the first chapter, 15 verse, 13 to 15, and Daniel's 10, 5 to 6, okay? He's our Redeemer, man. The name Yahweh Shai, Yah meaning He, Yahweh Shai meaning Deliverer, and the Father is Yahweh meaning He exists, okay? And those are the names that you call on if you want to be saved, man. When it tells you in Joel, the 2nd chapter, no other name under heaven that you can call on that men might be saved, okay? Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, man, okay? Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna read in Apocrypha. Start out in Apocrypha. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me and said, measure the time diligently within itself, and without seest parts of the signs past, which I told you before. So we measure the time. We're looking at what? The alternative news feeds. We're looking at brothers' videos, our apostles' videos, different news articles brothers are sending, the RTs, the Al Jazeera news feeds, basically the alternative news, because like CBS and those type news, man, Fox, it's a lot of falseness with those news feeds, man. So we look at the alternative news feeds, okay? And brothers sending articles to each other. Then we look at what's going on when you read in Matthew the 24th chapter. It talks of earthquakes in diverse places, okay? It speaks of chariots. We see the sightings of chariots. We're starting to see more and more. Okay, you see videos coming from all over the base of the planet, man. We have always seen chariots down in Central America. There's always been a great sighting of chariots in Central America for a long time, but now we're starting to see them everywhere, man. So we just look up, man, because where your redemption draweth nigh, that's where your redemption come from up above, man. Pursuant to 1 Thessalonians 4 and 17, okay? You know? And it says, then shall I understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which He made. So the highest will be visiting the world that He made, man. Meaning goes into punish. The 4 sword judgments, man, when you read in Jeremiah, let's get Jeremiah. Jeremiah. Jeremiah, I think. Jeremiah 15 and 2, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then shall they tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death, such there are for sword to sword, and such there are for famine to famine, and such are for captivity to the captivity, man. These are the four sword judgments, okay? So death to death, man. The Lord is sending in what? Pestilence. What you see going on in the news right now, this COVID-19 scare, you know, but it's all part of how Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is playing, right? Send the pestilence, because He said he was going to send pestilence, you know, because 2/3 of our own people in the nation of Israel, they are blind, man, to the truth, man. Okay, I mean, ignorant being what? Not knowing, right? So, hey, city to pestilence, he gonna send famine, right? Sword to sword, he letting Esau get busy with martial law will soon come, and that's what you see him working up to. All right, they keep telling you that the deaths are happening at a numerous rate, but we have false, basically false news, man. Okay, it even had a doctor came on NBC. Even said it like if you fall and break your leg and go to the hospital and lose blood, they gonna put COVID-19 on there because the doctors are getting like $13,000 just for putting COVID death, and then if they give you a respirator, they're getting like $30,000. So that medical field, once again, it's about making money, man, and that's what they've been doing. They've been making large amounts of money through the medical field. Okay, Job 13:4. Job.
I got it right here for you.
Go ahead, you can read it.
But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value.
See, they are forgers of lies and physicians of no value, man. So that whole word, when you look up the word doctor, it goes into falsify, man. Okay, so they're falsifying documents to their benefit. People are just dying of regular heart attacks, right? Now you think about it, since this is COVID-19 scare, ain't nobody dying of cancer and heart attacks no more. All of a sudden you don't see no deaths of that no more, just right quick. So that's what they doing. They putting COVID-19 on death certificates, man, in order to get paid, man. They always said this whole business of medicine was a $1 billion business, man. Now it's kind of like, okay, y'all been it's kind of like loyal. If you are like people be in the dope game, you be loyal to the head drug dealer for so long, then he'll finally grease your pockets one day, bring you up a little bit. It's kind of like the same in the doctor in the medical industry, man. The doctor's been loyal, been feeding people prescriptions for so long, and don't none of them tell you nothing about herbal remedies, because they not herbalists. They just here to feed you a pill, which when you take it, it counteracts with your system, breaks your immune system down, it gets you weak. They start you off with blood pressure medicine, then they go to hydrochlorothiazide. That's where it starts. And if they ever tell you, if they ever give you what's the one name? I think it's I can't think right now. It's something simple too. It ain't dealing with blood. It's dealing with cholesterol. They give you them cholesterol pills, that's when they finna send you to a heart attack. Because what those cholesterol pills do, it breaks down your CoQ10 enzymes in your body, right? And then you finna head towards a heart attack when you take that cholesterol medicine. So if they tell your cholesterol down, you get some medicine, then don't worry about it. Just, hey, get you a little CoQ10 from the store.
We go to the suppressor for everything.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the suppressor for everything.
Yeah.
Can I get the Genesis 1:29? And Yahweh said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed.
Yep, see, they yield seed, man. These trees, it's different. You can type the video in 30 plants that the natives ate in the wilderness, something like that on YouTube. 30 plants that the natives ate, and it'll show you different plants that are in the forest or the wilderness that you can just pick up and you can eat on, man. So they're used like the seeds, the roots. Just the other day, man, through the spirit, I was talking to one of the brother from Mississippi. He had got I seen a picture, he had a handful of dandelions. So that sparked me to go get some out the backyard. We used to talk about it, so I made me a tea, out of dandelion. You look up dandelion, it has an alkaline of 22. So your blood alkaline is supposed to be at 7.2. So 22, that's lifting it up. You know, you might just need one glass of tea for a while with that. You know, because you got to have a balance and everything too. You know, and that's where everybody's getting sick because they got bad stuff in their guts, man. You know what I mean? That's why you're getting sick. You know, you alkaline your body, you feel okay. You know.
Psalms 103:2. Bless thee, Yahweh, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits.
See?
It's in Psalms 103:3. Who forgive all things, all thine iniquities, and healeth all thy diseases.
He heal all your diseases, man. If you trust in Yahweh Shem Shai and what he have out there for you. But now these people, they don't trust in there. Yeah, that's a good precept. They trust in what? Going to Esau for the one of all things. They go to him and, oh, I don't feel good. Well, if you don't feel good, it's probably like it's something in your body and your cells are actually producing the right necessary blood cells for it to fight against what's wrong with you. When you go to Esau, they give you something to suppress that. To keep it down, and then boom, there you go. You should be messed up. Because your blood will produce cells to fight against it, and then it's your body temperature will rise up too. Because we know that them germs can't live in what? Heat. So that's why people be like, man, I got a fever. It's because your body is working on that toxin or that disease that's in your body. Then you go to the white man, what he gonna do? He gonna give you something to knock that fever all the way back down to 97, 98, right? Oh, I feel good, but nah. It's
ain't going nowhere.
Nah, you messing up.
Like a fiend.
That's right. This is Sirach 38:1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the use which you may have of it. So the physician, the true physician, is Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know, you have men who are able to study. Just to give you an example, even though he was 2/3 Dr. Sabi, he knew about all these different herbs and whatnot. Which we know he was 2/3, but he knew about a lot of it, right? He knew about it. It is funny that he died right before the COVID came out. So I'll be saying in my head they had to get rid of him. Before they brought, they had to get rid of him before they brought this little thing out here. You know? It says
many fruits to help the body.
For the most high cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of a king. The skill of a physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men shall be an admiration, man. So if a brother, like they're just like us in the truth, man. We speak of those brothers who good with those herbs, man. You know, those brothers are looked up to. They called on a lot, hey bro, I got this, what can I do? Because there's certain brothers who the Lord had put the spirit on for that, man. This is Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 1, and start at 4. It says, now there are diversity of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit wherewithal. It says, for one is given the Spirit the word of wisdom, right? So it's one man got the spirit of wisdom. You know, you might have a brother, you know, he might not be a great speaker, a great reader, but he always got wisdom, which we call it here game, right? Brother might give you some game. He might be able to give you game on just what's happening in life, man. You know, you might like a certain lady, brother, give you game on women, like, hey, bro, give you that game, man, check this out, boom, blase, boom, and then, you know, certain brothers have wisdom, right? It says, another, the word of knowledge. See, some brothers are knowledgeable of a lot of things, man. You have certain brothers who are knowledgeable of different things that go on in different countries. They're knowledgeable of just maps or whatnot, what have you. Okay. It says the word of knowledge. Let me see. The word of knowledge by the same Spirit to another faith by the same Spirit. Some brothers' faith are stronger than others. Okay. It says by the same Spirit to another gifts of healing by the same Spirit. See, there it is, gifts of healing. So certain brothers are good at those herbs, man. You know, we had, like I said, man, we know these brothers, man. We look at them as our own personal physicians, man. Plus, you know, brothers gonna read the scriptures, and once you start learning, you start knowing, hey, I can't put 25 grams of over 25 grams of sugar in my body a day. You start learning things like that. You know, you start learning that your body functions better with less than 2,500 milligrams of salt in a day, which is like almost a tablespoon. You know, you start reading the back, looking at the sodium content and what you eat. You know, you start eating more herbs and eating more vegetables. You learn this as you read the scriptures, man. That's what it teaches you, man. You wonder why the men are old they live so long, and people now only living a short period of time, man. They are taking poisons in their body. You know that's what it is, man. It was some. What was that you said when you came up about the people? Who was talking about the people? Remember you said the people don't listen. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna show you. Right before camp started, you know, these brothers, man, you know, they come out and listen. You know, they came out last week. They out this week. They made it. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hey, lead them on in, man, because this time is it's heavy right now. You know, it's heavy, and I got a couple of scriptures I'm gonna read to these brothers. Because this they second week out, and you know they came out last Tuesday through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And I see this week he led them back, so I got a couple of scriptures to share with the brothers. Okay, this is, you know, because this is our life, you know. Let's see. It's a scripture. What is it? Matthew. Brother had mentioned they try to teach people in their neighborhood, because when you come in the truth, it's exciting. When you first come in, you be excited that you learning the truth, right? And you take it in, and you receive it, and you start getting understanding. You start seeing things. The Lord will start supping with you. Then you want to like teach. You want to teach your family. That's just natural, but you got to remember the Lord only chose certain people. So a lot of times your family is gonna be at variance with you when you read in Matthew the 10th chapter, the 35th verse. Okay, and it's gonna be that way, man, until your house shot come back. So I'm gonna read it. Let's see here. This is Matthew 9, and I started 16. No man putteth a piece of new cloth into an old garment, for that which is put in to fill it will take from the garment, and the rent is made worse. Neither do men put new wine in old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into the new bottles, they both are preserved. So that it says, neither do men put new wine in old bottles. Them old bottles are basically, back then when Yahweh Shai was speaking on, he was speaking that old bottles were the Pharisees, the scribes and Pharisees, right? That's who they were. But like for us, it'd be these old pastors, and like our old uncles, and you know, moms and dads and whatnot. Okay, because they were raised up in the traditions of men, the traditions of Esau and them. Okay, but when the Lord came, He came with that doctrine. Hey, it's a twist to it. It's being spiritual and having faith, and the doctrine is what it is. Read it. The knowledge is here. So when our parents, they can't seem to fathom nuclear destruction. They can't fathom Esau is the devil. They can't fathom that like this is not who y'all call Jesus, man. Right? This who they think. This is the stronghold. When you read in 2 Corinthians 10, this is a stronghold that was put on our people, man. Okay, this is what was put on our people, man. Okay. They, Stockholm syndrome, man. I mean, you got this shit. Okay.
Slavery mindset.
And it says, neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break and the wine runneth out. So when you come with the true doctrine, what Yahweh Shai teaches, and you try to tell like your dad, your old ass uncles, them old pastors in your neighborhood, these old women that were raised up in that Baptist and Methodist and Pentecostal lifestyle, which was pushed by Esau, which was guided by Esau. Look, when you tell them it's gonna go in one ear, they're gonna shake their head, it's gonna go out their ass. Then you're gonna go out the other ear, it's going out their ass. You know, for real, man.
I ain't trying to hear that, man.
You know, and then they say the bottle break. So when the bottle break, it shatters, man. Ain't no putting it back together, right? So when you come to teach them, hey man, if they don't hear it, then hey, they shatter pieces, man. You know, they worthless. They gonna perish, man. Meaning what? They gonna be destroyed, and they gonna be destroyed through what's happening right now. You got these famines, these pestilent conditions are happening. They gonna die when the famine come, or they gonna die martial law, right? Some of them gonna die in concentration camps, and a lot of them gonna take the chip, and they gonna die through thermonuclear destruction. They gonna take that RFID chip, spoken of in Revelation the 13th chapter, okay, 16th to the 18th verse. That RFID chip is real, man.